Hello guys, welcome to my very first lesson video. I'm going to teach you Ram Jam's version of Black Betty. I also have a cover of the song on my YouTube channel. You can click here if you'd like to see it first. So how does this lesson work? Well, I first have the rhythm guitar part, then the lead guitar part. And every part has a full speed take with tabs added so you can play along, and then an in-depth explanation of it. So it's pretty easy to follow. For now, it's important that you pick up your guitar or you won't learn the song, and just play along wherever you can and have fun, enjoy, and good luck. So that was the pre-chorus at full speed. I hope that wasn't very hard for you. It only has 4 chords, just power chords. The A, the B, the D, and the E. Or you can also make a major of these two, whatever you like. And also the part has a lot of ghost notes, I think it's called that way. What that means is you put your finger on the string to prevent that you won't make any notes, tones, like this. So you can add a little bit more rhythmic, percussive thing to the riff. So instead of just you make just fills up the space a little bit. Sounds a lot cooler, I think. The second part that might be a little bit tricky is this. That last chord that I played, when the timing. So you have to play it a little bit before the count. Just like this. You see, I downstroke first, then I'll play the chord when I upstroke. So that's a little bit easier to know when you have to time it. I'll play it slow once for you. So that's the idea. And the last, you end up with a major chord. So that's the pre-chorus. Alright, that was the chorus. Just one chord, this one, except when do you have to hit them. The first one is just on the first beat, the first count. That's not too hard, but then you'll have them in between the beats, exactly between the second and the third. Well, let me demonstrate. Let's say this is the beat. And then we will hit them in between the second and the third. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just repeat that over and over until it's tight and you can play the chorus. Okay, that was the bridge. A little bit of a tricky part because it's not in 4/4, What time signature it is in, I'm not exactly sure. I wasn't able to count it out. You could try, but it's very hard. So I gave that up, and I instead tried to listen very closely to the drums when I have to hit the first notes of the riff. So you probably mess up in the beginning, but repeat it over and over until you got it correct. So that's how you get it. Then the riff itself is pretty much the same, except for the last two notes. First time you end up with these two notes. I play the whole riff first. See those two notes. And the second time you'll end up with those two notes. So that's the whole riff, basically. Okay, that's the pre-solo. This riff could be a little bit fast because there are a lot of notes in it, but don't worry, just practice it slowly and divide the lick into several parts. So for example, just play this lick for a minute long. Until it goes fluently. Then you go to the next. Then. See? And then you connect them. And the last one, well, that's just a rhythm that repeats over and over. So that's not too hard. Just the basic idea is play the lick slowly first, then build the speed up until you got it. Alright, those were the chords for the solo. It only has 3 chords, G, D, and B. The rhythm also stays the same, it's just this rhythm. Make sure you make this hand movement, that you play down, down, up, down, up. So slowly. And just repeat that slowly first, so like this. Then speed it up. And so on. So that was the post solo, the last part I'm going to explain you about of the rhythm guitars. It begins with triplets, like this. So you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then the riff starts, like this. Then you have a variation like, and the last time you play. So now we got all the rhythm guitar parts down, we want to play them with the song. Now how do you do that? Just connect all the bars I've shown you in the full speed examples and make sure you can play them at full speed. If one bar doesn't go so well, just practice that bar, repeat it over and over, begin at slow speed, then at full speed, and connect them. That's the whole basic idea of this lesson, just connecting bars, play it slow, and build up speed. So as soon as you got that, you can move on to the lead guitars. So that was the first part of the lead guitar. Just try to see this part as a bunch of licks connected together. So I will just play every lick at slow speed for you, and I will explain wherever needed you a little bit about the lick. So here goes. So I begin with just the chords for the rhythm. Then I play my first lick. Notice how I use a slide and a pull off to add a bit more variation, and also it's a lot easier to play when you speed it up and use hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides. So try to add those things too, maybe the same way as I do, or make up a variation, whatever you like. Alright, next thing is also a slide and another slide. This part might be a little bit tricky, so try to practice that one at slow speed first until you got it fluently. Alright, next part. You see, I bend first and then I hit the note. So that sounds a lot better than just playing. Okay, the next part. A slight bend and then pretty tricky part because of all the pull-offs. So just try to practice that one at very slow speed until you don't have to think about when you have to pull off or just pick the note. Then as last, a slide, end up with a B major chord. Alright, that was the chorus for lead guitar. Well, actually this part isn't originally in the song, but I thought it might be fun to make a guitar line out of the vocals. So here it is at slow speed. And the second time I play, and make sure when you play this, you make a slight bend like this. So that's the basic idea of the lead guitar for the chorus. And we're on to the solo, the most fun part, of course. I'm going to explain this part the exact same way as I did on the pre-chorus for lead guitar. Just see this as a bunch of licks. I'm going to slow down every lick for you and explain wherever needed. So here we go. So I begin with this lick. Then you get this fun harmonized part. Then it's chromatic, just groups of 3 notes. You see there's an 1.5 bend. So to play that fast is pretty tricky, so try to get it one correct first at slow speed. Then build it up. Then the last part is just a pentatonic shape with a certain pattern of pull-offs and picks. You pull off first. That's the pattern, so that repeats itself. And sorry, one more time. And then those triplets. So that's the solo. Alright, we've come to the last part for the lead guitar. This part is basically the same as the rhythm guitar part, only this one is harmonized a third higher. It goes like this. And then you have the variation like this. And then it doesn't go back to the third, but to the fifth. So you play. And then it goes back to the third. So, those were all the parts. So that was about it. I hope you liked this lesson and that it helped you out. If so, please subscribe. Or if you have any questions, just post your comment below and I will do my best to answer it. So, good luck guys and thanks for watching.